Alrighty, guys. I have a question for you guys. Should Eddie Hearn give in to Deontay Wilder demands? Because it seems like the only thing preventing Mr. Deontay Wilder from signing to face Anthony Joshua is the fact that Eddie Hearn doesn't want to give him exactly what he's asking for, which is the 50-50 split, right? He's been adamant on wanting that. That's what he wants, 50-50 split. He says he's not going to get any less than 50-50 split, and that's all he wants in order to make this fight happen and him to unify, right? So I'm thinking, because Eddie Hearn has said give him a 60-40 split. So I want to know from you guys, do you guys think that Eddie Hearn should just give in and give him that 50-50 split he's asking for and he's begging for? And then, because this is how I look at it. I'm a boxing fan, right? I understand that boxing is about, business. And I understand that Deontay Wilder is not a bigger draw than Anthony Joshua. I understand it. I understand that I've told you guys several times on this channel, Anthony Joshua makes way more money than Deontay Wilder. Anthony Joshua is way more popular. He's way more of a bigger draw. He's a bigger pay-per-view star. Numbers don't lie. But at the end of the day, I'm a boxing fan, and I just want to see this fight. So if that means Eddie Hearn giving Deontay Wilder exactly what he wants, then give it to him. Because then we could get this fight with AJ versus Deontay Wilder. And then finally, we could see what happens. We could see the outcome. We could have an undisputed champion at heavyweight. Right? So that's how it is for me. I just want these two to fight. And again, I'm not saying Wilder is worth the 50-50 split. I'm not saying he's worth that much, to make that much money, but I feel like sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, because even if Eddie Hearn doesn't want to give Wilder this money, I would imagine he'll make that money back. Maybe he feels like Wilder is not, I know he feels like Wilder's not worth this money because he's not a big draw like that. So why give him that much percentage? Because he said in the past himself, Joshua was the one who did all the work. He fought all the tough fights. He went out there, he unified. And now we got to give Deontay Wilder, a guy who has one belt for the past 4 years, we got to give him the exact half percentage of what my fighter Anthony Joshua is receiving. So I understand why Eddie Hearn doesn't want to do it, because he feels like, man, my fighter put in all the work. He's the bigger jaw. He's the one with the power. We know with the drawing power. He's the one who makes all the money. Why do I gotta forfeit, half of that purse split to a Deontay Wilder? But here's the thing. I would imagine if that fight did take place, it would generate so much money, right? Because that would be a big deal fight. That's a big deal fight. So I would imagine, and especially if the fight ends up being exciting, right? And let's say Joshua wins, right? Then I would imagine that would make Eddie Hearn a lot of money, right? Because it will generate a bunch of pay-per-view buys. And then, depending on how exciting it was, fans would be demanding a rematch, just like they were demanding a rematch for Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. And then that would make them even more money, right? So again, I just feel like, listen, if that's what he has to do to make this fucking fight happen, give him the money. Give Deontay Wilder the money. All right? Because Deontay Wilder's not budging. He's not going to change his opinion. I don't see him changing his opinion on, changing on receiving lesser money. Deontay Wilder knows what he's doing. He's trying to milk this fight. He's trying to get as much money as he possibly can. And he knows, and this is why he's doing this. Now, if Eddie Hearn offered Deontay Wilder that 50-50 split, and then Deontay Wilder says, actually, I want a 60-40 split in my favor, then that's a bitch move from Deontay Wilder, and he's a fucking piece of shit, because now he's really ducking Anthony Joshua, because now he's outpricing himself even more. But because Deontay Wilder just says that he wants the exact 50-50 split, then he'll make this fight happen. But like I said, so that's what I'm saying, he should just give him that money. But like I said, if he's lying and if he ends up then saying he wants more money, then obviously he really doesn't want this fight. But I want to see if this is what, I want Eddie Hearn to just give him what he wants, so then this fight could happen. And let's see if he really, really wants this fight. Because if he really does then he'll take it. But like I already told you my take on it. If he really wanted this fight, he will accept any offer that Eddie Hearn gives him. But he's just trying to make as much money as possible in this fight, man. So, yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. What do you guys think? Should he give in and give him what he wants? Thanks for watching and subscribe, guys.